Hey guys, welcome to Art 2. If you're new to the channel, this channel is about helping you sell your art online through print-on-demand websites like Redbubble. And in today's video, we're actually talking about the 10 websites that I've joined, that I've done the best with, and I want to share them with you. And I want to make sure that you guys are aware of these sites because they've brought in so many sales for my print-on-demand business. And I think it's worth discussing each one and kind of figuring out how they might fit into your print-on-demand business. And you should join these sites because they do bring in a large volume of traffic to your designs. So to get into it, let's start with Redbubble. We do a lot of videos on this channel for Redbubble because it is one of the easiest and most popular print-on-demand websites that is in existence right now. Lots of people go onto Redbubble and buy merchandise. They have a large variety of products that they sell, and it's extremely easy to set up an account and upload your designs to Redbubble. So that's why we have a lot of tutorials, a lot of information on Redbubble on this channel, because if you were starting out with print on demand and there was only one site, so don't think of this as a countdown. This is basically a rundown of all the sites that I've joined and I've been successful with. So Redbubble is up there as one of the sites that I've had the most success with as far as print on demand goes. Next, I'm going to say Society6. Society6 has been a great site for some of the designs that have done well with the home decor market. I promote this a lot through Pinterest and through some other social media, and I do get a lot of sales, mostly for home decor items, which is something that I wasn't expecting to sell when I first started print on demand, but it's kind of neat to see my artwork on a bench or some other product that Society6 has available on their website. So Society6 is definitely worth checking out and joining. Next, it's Designed by Humans. Designed by Humans has a focus on t-shirts, and I've talked about this particular print-on-demand site on the channel a few times, and it's because when I first started to look into print-on-demand, I didn't realize that I'd actually purchased something from Designed by Humans. I was looking for a t-shirt at the time, and this is one of the sites that popped up. I had no idea what print-on-demand was at that time, and it was something that I stumbled upon and I actually used. And then when I started to do print on demand, it all started to click, and I started to understand what this business was all about and all the sites that were available. I was like, oh yeah, I actually bought something from them, and I saw how that marketing on that aspect of how I found them had worked. And I said, well, this is a great site for me to upload some of my designs and see if I can get some t-shirts sold through Designed by Humans. So definitely another one to check out. Another website that I've done well with is Merch by Amazon, or Amazon Merch. And this site is a little bit more difficult to get into. So I would say it's not geared at beginners because you might have some hoops to jump before Amazon accepts you into their program. But if you can get accepted into the Amazon Merch program, you definitely will get sales. It's one of the biggest marketplaces on the planet, and being fed by the algorithm from Amazon, you know that you're going to get some sales from the site, and it's definitely worth checking out if you can pass the mustard with them and get picked to be part of their program. So definitely check out Merch by Amazon and see if you can qualify to be accepted into the program. Do some research on some tips to submit your application before you do it, just to make sure you have everything stacked in your favor before you apply. The next one is actually Etsy. Etsy I've been selling on for a while, but I didn't really start on that website as a print-on-demand seller. I had other products that I was hand making and shipping out from my physical location. And then when I started to realize that there were a lot of people selling print-on-demand items on Etsy, I started to get curious and started to offer a few t-shirt designs and a few other products. And it actually worked out, and I started to get sales on Etsy. So Etsy is definitely a site that you can list things to be printed on demand, but they don't have the integration with a backend where you're going to have the fulfillment done by Etsy. You have to have another company like Printify, which is in the description box. So if you're okay with outsourcing your print on demand to a company like Printify, then you can join Etsy. You can also join another website that I've done well with is eBay. So as long as you have a print-on-demand vendor that can ship and integrate with the other platforms that you might be working with, such as Etsy and eBay, you can use them to fulfill your orders and to create your products. You just have to upload your designs just as you would with the first few sites that we talked about, but it's a little bit more challenging when you set up a business on eBay, Etsy, because there is customer service. And that's one thing I really hate, is dealing with a whole bunch of people asking where their products are and things along those lines. So it's a bit of a challenge when you deal directly with consumers. The other sites have their own customer service departments that would deal with customers with issues like missing packages and things like that, which I really like. I don't want to have any involvement with customer service. I just want to create something and have it put out there and have them do all the work for me. So if you do set up Etsy and eBay, keep that in mind, that you're going to have a lot of people asking you about a lot of stuff, and most of the time it's not going to be pleasant, and you might not enjoy that aspect, but you do get a lot of sales through those platforms. Now, the other website that I've started to use is called Depop. Depop is actually a website that allows you to sell clothing and ship it. People pay you through PayPal. But what I've done is actually taken mock-ups of my designs and uploaded it to the site. And when I get a sale, I fulfill it with a manual fulfillment on the back end through Printify, so that they'll get my order and it will ship to that customer. It's not been as successful as some of the other platforms, but it's definitely worth investigating and checking out. So the next site I want to talk about is actually Spring, formerly known as Teespring. This is a little bit more difficult to get started with. We've done a video on the channel about Teespring. Basically, they want you to build up your own sales before they start to promote you. So that was one of the key things about Teespring, or now as they're calling themselves Spring, is that you had to find customers to purchase your designs, and then you got something called Trust Score, which means that your item would be promoted to a vaster number of people within their platform. So if you didn't bring in customers to buy your designs, be it friends or family members, or promoting your items on social media, you might not see a lot of sales at the beginning with Teespring. So it was a site that's a little bit more challenging to get started with, but that once you figure out how to get that going, you do start to see more sales and you start to become profitable with your designs on Teespring. I don't know why they changed it just to Spring. I guess maybe they want to launch more merchandise coming forward in the next little while. They might be doing some rebranding or doing some stuff to accommodate for other products, but so they've changed their name, and but they haven't changed, as far as I know, the business model. It's still the same, so you guys have to keep that in mind, that you have to build that trust score. So the other site that I wanted to talk about was Tpublic. Tpublic's a little bit more challenging again than some of the other websites, but it does account for a lot of sales once you start to get your designs on there. It took a while for me to actually get my first sale on Tpublic. I had to keep uploading and changing things up, and then eventually I did get a sale, and then it started to build up from there. So it wasn't the easiest platform to start seeing sales come through, but once you get going and you have a lot of designs on the site, you do start to see volume pick up, and you will be making some money on Tpublic. Now, those sites are the most common ones that most people would know about. I'm going to throw one in here that maybe some of you guys haven't heard of. It's Spreadshirt. Spreadshirt's also another print-on-demand platform. Obviously, with the name shirt in it, you know that they make a lot of t-shirts and products along those lines, but they have a little bit of a variety of products that encompass what they do, in not just the t-shirts. So Spreadshirt is not difficult to get started with. The only problem you'll find is that you won't get the volume of sales that you might get from some of the other sites, and it takes a bit of time to build up a business on Spreadshirt. So those are the 10 sites that I'm using currently most actively, and that I've seen a good number and volume of sales from. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I know you guys have been asking what sites do I belong to and which sites do I use the most. As I join new sites and as I try new things out, I will be talking about them on this channel. So I hope that you guys will subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and if you hit that like button, you will help us get found in the YouTube algorithm, which really means a lot to us. So we hope that you guys will keep checking out the channel, come back, and that you'll find new content that might be helpful for your print-on-demand business. And in the meantime, keep uploading, keep trying new sites, keep trying new things. You never know what's going to pick up, and when it does, it brings in cash. So you got to keep trying new things and thinking outside the box sometimes. We hope you enjoyed today's content, and we'll see you guys in the next one.